Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine and staying at home. Students, today in our computer class, we will see how we can execute Python programs on the system. So, for this, you need to install the Python program in your system. I already have installed, so we will see how to open it. So, click on the Start button, go to the all programs, and here you can see Python 3.8. 3.8 is its version. Click here. Now open IDLE Python. IDLE Integrated Development Environment for Python. Open it. So here you can see Python shell. Now go to the file and open a new file. You can maximize it. So this is the page on which you can write your program. Your coding will be here. Now we will discuss problem regarding the pattern printing. I got queries from the students that they are facing difficulty in guessing the logic to print these patterns which I sent you earlier. So today we will first of all see those programs. So I'm going to open this window. So here is a pattern you can see. Now we will see what is the code to print this pattern. So there are 5 rows and 5 columns. What you can see here, I have initialized the variable rows with value 6. So there are 2 for loops, one for the rows. The outer for loop is for the rows and the inner for loop is for the columns. So for num in range 6, because the value of rows is 6, for num in range 6, it means the outer loop will execute 6 times by taking the value 0 to 5. Num will vary from 0 to 5, means it will take 6 values. For the first time it will take the value 0, and for I in range 0 means inner loop will not execute, because here the num is 0. For the first time this was 0 and this will also be 0. So this inner loop will not execute. We will not get any output here. For the second time it will take the value 1. It will take the value 1. For the one value of num will be here, it is 1. I will take one value, only 0, because this range is 1. So this I will take only, will execute only, this inner loop will execute only for one value of I, which is 0, means this num having value 1, this we will get in our output. Print num has value 1, and after that end is equal to blank. So this we are using to get a space between these numbers. So in this way we will get our first one here. For the third time num has the value 2, and 2 is here, and this loop will execute for two values of I, 0 and 1, and we will get 2 times 2 as our output. For the fourth time, this num will take the value 3, and 3 is here, and this loop will execute for 3 values of I, means 0, 1 and 2, and our num is 3. It means we will get 3 times 3 here. So in this way we will get this output. So now we will see our second program. Now first of all, I forget to take the output of this code, means how we will execute this program. So go to the run menu, and here is run module, and the shortcut key is F5. So simply click F5. Here is a message, source must be saved. So we need to save this file. Click on the OK, and here is our output. Okay, now close this window. We will see the second program. So here is a inverted pyramid pattern, 5 times 5s. Now in the second row, 4 times 5s, 3 times 5s, 2 times, and single 5. For this, the code is rows is equal to 5. Num is another variable which has the same value as that of rows, means both the rows and num are equal to 5. For I in range rows, comma 0, comma -1. So the first two are our range from 5 to 0, and this is our loop step, means after executing the loop, the value of the I will be decremented by -1. So this is the step of the loop. This third parameter is the step of the loop, means after every execution of the for loop, this counter will be decremented by -1. First time I will execute for the value 5. For j in range 0, 5, it means this loop will execute 5 times from 0 to 4, and we are getting num in printing, and the value of the num is 5. So we will get 5 times 5s, because the inner loop is executing 5 times from value 0 to 4, and we are going to print here num, and the value of the num is 5. So we are getting 5 times 5 here. And for the second time, for the second, or we can say for the second row, the value of the I will be 4, 1 less than the previous value. So it will take the value 4. For j in range 0 to 4, so it will execute 4 times for the value 0 to 3, and again we are printing num. Every time we are printing num, therefore we are getting the same value 5 in every output. And for the second time we will get 4 times 5. Similarly, third time we will get 3 times 5 and so on. So this is the code to print this pattern. So you can see we have written here hash symbol. So this was the question in your weekly test also, how we start our comment. We start our comment with the hash symbol. So when we write hash in front of a line, it become comments, and we know that comments are non-executable statements. Now we will run it. This is our output. Okay. Now we will see one more program. If you already have saved a program somewhere in our system, then we can open that file also. In the file there is open on the desktop. There is a file if else. Open it and close the previous window. Now we will see whether a number is positive or negative. In this program we will see whether the number is positive or not. So here we have initialized the number with value 3, and here is our decision making statement if number greater than 0. You can see this statement is at the different indent. It means only this statement comes under this if statement. This print statement is outside the block of this if. Only this statement is under this if block. So if the condition is true, this statement will execute, and if this statement is false, this block will not execute, and we come to the next statement which is outside the if block. So this is our print statement. Now we know that the number 3 is greater than 0. It means this condition is true. So this statement will execute, and we will get 3 is a positive number, and after that we will get this output, because this if does not make any effect on this print statement, because this print statement does not come under the if block, so it will always execute. Therefore we have the relevant message here, this is always printed. And now we have initialized the number num with new value -1, and num greater than 0, no, -1 is not greater than 0. It means this condition is false. This statement will not execute because it comes under the block of if. So our control will come to the next statement. So this we will get as our output. Now we will see, run this program. So this is our output. You can compare it with the code. First of all, we will get 3 is a positive number, and this statement will execute. This is always printed, and here this statement will not execute because the condition is false, and we will get this statement as our output. This is also always printed. Now we will see one more program. So I think I already have opened it. So this is the code. Program to add natural numbers up to n. Natural numbers start from 1 to infinity. They all are natural numbers. To take input from the user, we are using here input function. Int input enter n means for how many numbers we want to calculate the sum. That number n will be taken as a input from the user. So we are removing this comment because we want to take the input from the user. So enter n. Here the user has entered number n is equal to 10, means the sum of first 10 natural numbers. Initially the sum is 0 and we are initializing the counter I with value 1, and here is our while loop. It is also a looping statement, so this loop will execute until the condition get false, means this loop will iterate itself till the condition is true, and if the condition is false the loop will not execute. Now we know that 1, because the value of I is 1 less than 10, condition is true, so sum is equal to sum plus I. Initially sum was 0 plus, and the value of y is 1. 0 plus 1 1. It means sum is equal to 1, and we are incrementing the counter here. I is equal to I plus 1, so I becomes 2, because the initial value of I is 1 plus 1, I becomes 2, and for the second time we will check the condition 2 less than equal to 10. It is again true, and sum plus I. In the previous step the sum was 1 plus I. Now the value of I is 2. 1 plus 2 is equal to, this will become 3, and I will take the value I is equal to I plus 1, 2 plus 1. Now the updated value of I is 3. Again 3 less than or equal to 10. Condition is again true. In this way this loop will execute until the value of I become greater than n. For the 11 value of I, this condition will become false and loop will not execute. So in this way we can get the total of n numbers, means 10 numbers, and print the sum. We have a print statement here. The sum is, and the value of the sum will come from this sum variable. So we have written here sum. Now we will execute it. Save this code. Enter n. Suppose we want to find the sum of first 3 natural numbers. So I am giving the value n as 3. So what will be the answer? 3 plus 2 plus 1, 6. This went wrong. This is because we have entered the value of n 3. What we are also initializing the value of n as 10. So remove this statement. Now execute it again. Save it. Now again enter the value of n, 3. Now you get our answer as 6. Now I am going to give a different value, 5. What will be the answer? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 15. So here is 15. The sum is 15. The sum of first 5 number is 15. I hope you understand these logic now. So once again I am giving you some programs so that you can think about the logic and write the programs on your own while you are on. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you.